Caitlin Clark, the superstar rookie of the Indiana Fever, and how she was absolutely livid after what fans, analysts, and even former players are calling a rigged game by the referees that cost the Fever a massive showdown against Aya Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces. Yes, you heard that right. The officiating in this game was not just bad, it was borderline criminal. And Caitlin Clark? She was furious, and rightfully so. Let's break it all down. The game, the calls, the reactions, and why this growing controversy could shake the very foundation of the WNBA. The Indiana Fever came into this game with momentum. Caitlin Clark was finding her rhythm as a floor general and deep shooter. Sophie Cunningham had found her identity as Clark's enforcer. Aaliyah Boston was starting to dominate the paint, and the Fever were beginning to look like a true playoff threat. But standing in their way were the defending champs, the Las Vegas Aces, led by MVP Aya Wilson. This game was billed as a statement moment for Indiana, a chance to prove that the future is now. Nationally televised, packed crowd, all eyes on Clark versus Wilson. And what we got was a complete farce. From the opening tip, it was clear something was off. Within the first 5 minutes, Caitlin Clark was hit with 2 highly questionable fouls. One was a soft bump on Chelsea Gray, who flopped harder than an Oscar nominee. The second was a completely phantom call on what looked like clean defense in transition. 2 fouls. Boom. Bench. Clark, the engine of the Fever's offense, was immediately neutralized by the refs. And that was just the beginning. Aya Wilson, meanwhile, was allowed to clobber defenders, post up with elbows, and get to the free throw line at will. On one possession, she got a shooting foul call without being touched. The slow-motion replay showed pure air between her and Aaliyah Boston. The crowd booed. Fever head coach Christy Sides lost it. But the whistle stood. It was clear. The refs had chosen a side. And it wasn't Indiana. First, with 4 minutes left in the second quarter, Caitlin Clark drove the lane, absorbed 3 hacks from Jackie Young and Kia Stokes, got knocked to the ground, and there was no whistle. Throw. Nothing. Play on. Seconds later, Wilson was barely grazed on a fadeaway, and the whistle blew so fast you'd think the ref had it preloaded. Even the commentators were stunned. Then in the third quarter, the Fever started to rally. Clark re-entered the game and hit back-to-back threes. The energy shifted. The crowd roared. So what happened next? A tech on Caitlin Clark for clapping her hands in frustration after another no call. Not yelling, not taunting, just clapping. A tech. That's when fans lost it. Social media erupted. ESPN anchors were stunned. Even Candace Parker, usually diplomatic, said on air, "I don't understand what Clark did to deserve that." And that brings us to fourth quarter. 4-point game. Fever trying to hang in. Caitlin Clark was visibly frustrated. You could see it on her face. The hand checking, the body blows, the lack of protection. She had enough. Then came the moment that will be replayed for weeks. Caitlin drove baseline, beat her defender, and went up for a reverse layup. Kia Stokes came in with full body contact, no ball. Clark hit the deck hard. And once again, NO whistle. Clark jumped up and yelled toward the ref. "That's a foul." Boom. Second technical. Ejected. The crowd went nuts. Her teammates surrounded the official in disbelief. Even Aya Wilson looked surprised. Caitlin Clark, the face of the league, ejected in a pivotal game. Not for fighting, not for taunting, but for demanding a fair whistle. And that, my friends, is when all hell broke loose. This is not how you treat your stars. This is not how you grow the league. This is not basketball. This is manipulation. Even NBA players weighed in. Draymond Green tweeted, "Y'all doing Caitlin Clark dirty. That ain't it." WNBA fans, who've supported this league through thick and thin, felt betrayed. And Fever fans? They were furious. The Las Vegas Aces shot 28 free throws. The Indiana Fever? Just 11. Caitlin Clark had 0 free throw attempts despite driving to the rim 8 times. The Fever were called for 21 personal fouls, compared to 13 on the Aces. Aya Wilson had more free throws than the entire Indiana roster combined. This wasn't just bad officiating. This was a blueprint to ensure a Vegas win. What's especially infuriating is the media reaction. While many national voices defended Clark, others tried to spin the narrative. Some said she needs to control her emotions. Some even implied that she brings the heat on herself. Excuse me? When a rookie carries the ratings, sells out arenas, elevates teammates, and makes the league more money than it's seen in years, and still gets tossed like a nobody, that's not emotion. That's injustice. The truth is, the WNBA has a Caitlin Clark problem. And it's not her fault. They don't know how to protect her, how to officiate her, or how to handle the fact that she's the main attraction in a league that doesn't seem ready for her spotlight. To her credit, Aya Wilson was respectful post-game. When asked about Clark's ejection, she paused and said, "I don't want to speak for her, but I didn't think it was necessary. We're competitors. I want her on the floor." That was class. But the deeper issue remains. Why are the referees consistently targeting or neglecting Caitlin Clark? Why does the standard change when she steps on the court? Why does every hard foul go uncalled, but every hand clap get punished? Fever coach Christy Sides was visibly upset in the post-game presser. She didn't outright say the game was rigged, but you could read between the lines. She said, "We ask for consistency. We don't get it. We send film. We don't get answers. Our players deserve better. Caitlin deserves better." And she's right. This isn't just about one loss. It's about trust in the system. Players are risking their bodies. Fans are investing their money and time. And when the outcome feels predetermined by referees, everyone loses. After the game, Caitlin Clark spoke briefly to reporters. She didn't hold back. "I just want to play the game the right way. I don't mind physicality. I embrace it. But I expect to be treated the same way everyone else is. Tonight, I wasn't." That's as professional and as damning as it gets. Clark isn't asking for favoritism. She's asking for fairness. And when the league fails to deliver that to its biggest star, the message is clear. Caitlin Clark has millions of fans. Every game she plays brings in new viewers. She's the biggest reason ticket sales, jersey sales, and TV ratings are skyrocketing. If the league, or its referees, continue to treat her like an outsider instead of a star, the backlash will grow. Viewers will tune out. Sponsors will ask questions. And Caitlin? She has options. Overseas, endorsements, even early retirement. The WNBA cannot afford to fumble this golden opportunity. Was this game rigged? Should the WNBA discipline the refs? And how should Caitlin Clark respond? Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more hard-hitting WNBA coverage.